Oh, there it is. There, that was the mistake. Did you guys see? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Kieran, aka PastorSKAR here, and right now I am currently in Greece. So we've pre-recorded this footage for you. Something a little bit different today, but something that a few of you have asked for across the last while, really, which is a bit more of an informative breakdown of some of the things that happen on stream in those gameplay moments. So what I've done is I've grabbed my first win of the season, Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 3. It's hard to keep up, but the current one, and this is a win that we get. As you can see, multiple limbs scattered throughout. It's not just late game, it's not just early game. I want to talk you through some of my decision making, why I did what I did, some of the things that I did right, some of the things that I did wrong, some of the just straight flukes, and some of the moments where the other person just got outplayed. And it's all coming right now. So while you're here, hit the like button if you haven't, leave a comment down below, and I'll be back in Sydney soon. And when I am, twitch.tv/PastorSKAR. In the meantime, join us on Discord where the rest of the community are hanging out. All right, let's jump straight into it. Here we go. All right, so step one here, what I've done is I've made sure that, because it's a new season, there's new POIs. So what I want to do is I don't want to land at a named location POI. I just know that it's going to be a little bit too frantic. So instead, I saw this spot while I was in the battle bus. There's no name. It's literally a spot that looks like it's got enough loot. I've never been here before, but it's not a named location. So I'm scouting it from the sky, seeing exactly where I want to drop at this point. Essentially just looking for a weapon in case someone else lands here and I've got to take an early fight. I've got to be ready for it. You know what I mean? So we're just going to drop straight on in. I see the hammer AR. Next step, grab some heals. That'll help. And then any weapons and mats that I can just instantly get. Right now, it's just simple RNG, right? It's like just grab what you can because you just don't know if someone's about to fight. Now here, I want to pop that big shield that you just saw me grab, but I don't want to be silly about it. It's my first game. I want to try and go for the win here. So normally, one mistake that I've made a million times and I've seen so many new players make is as soon as you get a heal, you just start popping it in the open because you assume no one's there. Have I seen anyone? No. Do I think there's anyone around? Probably not. Am I risking it? Absolutely not. So box up, big pot. Now I hear shots, right? I hear shots. So I know that there are players not far, but I also know they're not super close. Apparently I had two big pots. Now, unfortunately, replay mode means that we can't see the, we can't actually see the loadout, which is a bit annoying, but you know, it is what it is. We'll try and keep up with what I'm picking up and dropping. At this point, that's where I heard the shots from, and I know I've got a height advantage. So I'm like, let me just see if I can peek someone. Didn't see anyone, and oh, there he is. All right, I've cracked his shield. I've got the heavy snipe, so if I land that shot, I win it. As soon as I hear that he's got a sniper as well, though, I'm like, you know what? This is not smart. So you see, I just back up before I pop the heal. Clearly didn't learn my lesson. And then I heard this guy is down to whites. I've hit him 26 blue twice. Now, 26 white twice. Now, mistake that I made, knowing that he has a heavy sniper and then continuing to hard peek the exact same angle. I should have died. I could have got a haircut. I'm pushing a fight right now with 81 HP in a dream. It's not smart, but I knew that I hit him 26 white twice, so I'm pushing in. Now, this is where he's not building and I am. That gives me a huge advantage. I heard him run that way. I go for an edit, and he wasn't expecting it. He looked at the angle where he thought he saw me, and that's where he was shooting. Instead, quick edit, jump, throw up a little love heart. You know, it's just a courtesy move. When moments like that happen, sometimes you just got to give a little courtesy love heart. Don't dance on them, though. That's toxic. Don't do that. All right, now at this point, I also recognize, can I see the map when I'm in replay mode? Oh, I can. Sick. Look at that. Oh, and it even shows me, oh, it shows me that there's another player. So I had no idea. Literally no clue that there was another player here. So you'll see I'm pretty well in the open as I'm doing this. I'm trying to loot as quickly as I can. And thankfully, I'm jumping and moving as these shots come in. Okay. This player, I just assume at this point is AI. They're walking in a straight line. We just got to close it out. Land the snipe. He's out of here. Done. We're going to throw up a quick GG. I also recognize at this point, you can't see it in the replay file, but there were 3 different people that were spectating me. So I think the guy that I first eliminated once. That was 2 players, and then the third one just there. So there was 3 little eyeballs spectating, and so then I was just kind of throwing some love hearts and whatnot. And at this point, of course, I'm near the water. There's a harpoon. It makes sense, right? Harpoon loot can get you something amazing. I saw gold, thought it was maybe a gold weapon. I was wrong. Don't know why there was random gold just chilling out there. It is what it is, but that's not what I'm worried about. I'm just trying to use up all of my harpoon shots. Then once I fished everything possible, I then decide what do I want to use here. As you can see, my health is now back to 150. Deciding not to use anything until we actually get to that point of knowing exactly what is around. Now here I made another mistake, okay? I remember this. So I had a green pump in my inventory. It's what I landed that elimination shot with. I dropped it for a blue double pump shotgun. You know, the one that shoots twice? I don't remember what it's called. I dropped it for one of those. Oh, wait, is it right here? Is this where it happens? Oh no, that's the hammer AR. So I dropped it for one of those and I was like, yeah, I'll pick up my pump again. I don't end up picking up my pump again. I only realized once I've already rotated out of here. This is why you got to keep an eye on the loadout. Here, I went for the pump. Wait, oh, there it is. There, that was the mistake. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? I picked up the pump and then it, I don't know, auto picked up the blue shotgun again because I picked it up and then dropped it just as quickly. So at this point, I'm assuming I've got the green pump. I'll find out later that I don't. Here, I'm holding the wrong shotgun. So you'd think I would have paid attention, but I didn't pay attention. So zone's coming though. So I know that I'm going to have to get out of here soon. And as you can see, zone has pulled very, very, very far. Like, I'm going to have to do some serious travel. So I can see on the mini map, zone is moving. But what I am looking for, so I do recall this actually. I had one spot in my inventory that I wasn't really doing a lot with. Like, I had something there, but I was very happy to drop it. So I was trying to find a rift to go because I know that there was one and I saw it somewhere. I just didn't know where. And that was the problem on my part, is that I wasn't paying enough attention to where things like that were. Rift to go would have been perfect, but you know, it is what it is. I ditched the floppers for the med mist, and now we're just going to late rotate in. Going to take some damage in the meantime. But I came up with this delicious little route, how to get from here into zone on a far zone while taking almost no damage. And I'll show you guys in this one, because it works so well. I've done it in numerous games now. I actually quite like this drop spot. It's a bit random, but it works. So if you look over to my left there are some berries there. And this is where, while you're playing, here's another tip for you, for all the beginner players out there. While you're playing, don't just go, what's in my loadout is what's in my loadout, I just got to go. Like, stop and look around for things that, you know, you might not think about. Like, even just some berries. Like, you'd think, oh, I've got a med mist. Why wouldn't I use the med mist? Because I'm not going to stack these berries anyway, so I might as well. And now look, I've got myself right back up. I even added a few extra, 3 shield came from that. But now my med mist is still full. Haven't even touched it, and I have full health. So anytime you see berries and things like that on the rotate, do that. The other thing here is this car is only on 59. Now I could have just jumped in and driven, but I'm like, I've got med mist anyway. Let's make sure it's got a full tank. And I'm very glad I did, because the next zone is going to pull even further, and I end up using this car to get me into not just next zone, but the one after that. Now, as you can see on the little timeline there, which I'm actually going to leave up. I know it's a bit odd to have that there, but I want to leave it up to show you some of the things that start to happen. Now, obviously, in game, I didn't know any of that was going to happen. For all I knew, I was going to either die in storm or fight one guy at the end. There are still 6 engagements that we win that are coming up, but at this point, as you can see, I'm on 50 shield or 53 shield. I'm popping the big again. Am I tanking storm more now? Yes. I've got a med mist though. I don't have a spare big pot, so we're just gonna pop it. Our objective is not just to survive storm. It's not hard to survive storm on a 1 tick. Our objective is to make sure that by the time we get to storm, we are even better equipped than what we are now. You know what I mean? Now, at this point, I recognize, hold on, I know this road. This is near Shifty. This is my comp drop spot. So I also know that there are 3 berry bushes right here, and don't mind if I do. Also, hitting berries, hitting the bush with the car means it'll insta break. This is another thing that you should do. Don't pick up, eat, pick up, eat, pick up, eat, pick up, eat. Literally, all you need to do is run over all 3 bushes, grab all 3 sets of berries, so you've got 6 in your inventory, spam click the eat button, and then get in your car. And while you're driving, it'll continue to be healing you for that amount of time. So it works real well. All right, here I'm in zone. Most people now would stop, pop the med mist, all that kind of stuff. I'll tell you why I'm not doing that, all right? Because I'm pausing it because I know that there's a fight about to come up. I'll tell you why I didn't stop here. Because this is edge zone, and look on the minimap. I didn't know this, but now looking at the replay, look at the minimap down there. There are like 4 other people in that spot because they've all rotated in. They've all stopped there. They're all healing, meaning they're all about to start fighting. By me driving through and away, it means where I stop to heal is going to be a much safer position, and that's a much better play. Now I see that guy pop a heal, meaning I know he's weak. That one's a little bit free. We will take it. Sorry, Uzi, but K, love you, bye. We're going to upgrade our green SMG to a blue. Seeing what he's got. At the very least, some mats will be helpful. And there are the heals. I don't need the med mist anymore. Now, at this point, I thought, oh, well, actually, I did need the med mist. I should have used it. But I wasn't going to stack it because at this point, bigs and minis are the play. We'll take that. So we've just gone from a green SMG to a gold SMG. Just from coming down here, taking out Uzi and then doing what we need to there. Again, map awareness, just pay attention to what's around you. I saw your campfire. We'll take it. I could have used the med mist, but this is just, you know, less out of the way. Now I hear this fight going on. Now this is a decision-making moment. There's a player up there. There's a player to the left. Neither of them know I'm here, but I'm not in storm. So how do we play this? How would you play this? Let me know in the comments below. How would you play this exact moment? Because what I chose to do is I went for the sneak attack. I wrap around. I can see that Storm is going to be moving slow on this side, and that other player has no idea I'm here. So I'm just going to go full sneak. Wait till I've got a good lineup. And I've completely cracked this guy's shield now. He is on the ropes. I also know that I've got a med mist not far away, so I don't mind tanking Storm here. And I know how weak this guy is. I also saw that this player has a chug cannon. Boom, there it is. I knew he was going to have to go up and over because he's going to start moving towards zone. As soon as he did, I'm essentially pre-aiming it with that shotgun. Now I've got the purple pump. I knew this other guy's going to be focusing me, which he is, which is fine. I figured if I can just land a bullet, come on now. There we go. The 46 tag was enough. Now, again, there's a chug cannon here. I know that. Meaning I'm going to be leaving here with that, meaning I'm not going to use any of my bigs or minis after this fight. So I might as well just pop everything that I need to because I'm going to be leaving it here anyway. This guy was pre-aiming that. Me peeking from the same angle twice. Again, bad play. I made the bad play at the start. I made the bad play again here. Now, thankfully here, my accuracy paid off and I scared the guy away. Once I hit a couple of headshots, he just dips. He's like, not today. I've got the angle here so I can still see if he would re-peek or not, but he's not. So I'm going to pop all these shields. Then I'm going to grab that chug cannon. Just making sure. And now again, because I remember the chug cannon is there, I'm going to grab that. I don't know why I shot. All right, because I was trying to use the chug cannon. I'm just like, what was that decision making? All right, now we're chilling. I'm just going to make sure that everything is in the right inventory spot. I've got a certain loadout that I like in terms of the order of things. I also highly recommend that if you're a beginner player, if you don't have a certain order that you keep your weapons, do that. You never want to look down to see what slot things are in to equip it. You want muscle memory. You just want to know that if you hit the number 3, a shotgun will appear, for example. So always, always, always make sure that it's in the order that you know. All right. True to form, as we expected, old mate here is waiting for us. Now, I'm going up a lot higher than I normally would. It's because I know that there's a river that I've just built on. So I can go higher up. I can go higher up because if I need to bail, I can just jump into the water. I won't take 4 damage. If I was on, like, the ground, I would not have built 4 layers up for this. Now, I can see him running off in the distance there. So every second that I stall this fight is better for me. And I'll tell you why. Because my health right now is 181. It was 161. But my chug cannon is refilling, like it's recharging. So I can't use it right now. I just got to wait. So literally just from doing nothing, I'm actually getting an advantage. And there it is. Okay, I think the chug cannon only does 15 per splash. I thought it did 20, but I guess not. Now, I know the guy's probably on my left, which is the reason why I'm moving right here instead of left, because he's got height. Just unnecessary. I don't want to take a fight where I know that someone else has the advantage by default. That would be a dumb fight. I ain't about dumb fights, all right? I try not to be anyway. So right here, I can see where zone is. I'm not stacking any of those heals because I've got the chug cannon anyway, and as I'm running, it's recharging, so that's okay. I've got 196 HP, which is a little bit annoying because I'm like, I want the clean 200. In this game now, you can be sniped for 198. So if you don't have a full 200, it could be a bad decision, which is where that one chug splash that I saw came in clutch. A lot of players would be like, why use a chug splash for 2 or 4 HP? But that's exactly why. You don't want to get one hit with the snipe. Now, at this point, I'm feeling confident, okay? Like, I've already got 4 limbs. There's, what, 8 players left in the game, as it says up there. So because of that, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to take height up here and see who I can beam. I'm going to trust my accuracy and see. I know that I'm an open target here, but I'm still going to just take a look. I see this guy, 29, cracked. Just trying to get the finish. See another guy rotating into the right as well. And I hear a fight going off on my left as well. So I'm just trying to, at this point, I was making a mental note. I'm like, 2 players there, 2 players there, plus me, that makes 5, 3 unaccounted for. So you'll see me occasionally spin around. Literally, all I'm trying to do is just get my bearings of who is actually around. Where are they? So at this point, I can see a player far in the back there as well. Boxed out of wood. But I'm also trying to get as many third-party moments as I can. If I can steal in a limb, I'm all about it. And I'll take it. There it is. Sorry, Panda Girl. GG's. Now here, even this player, I'm trying, but they end up just using fortified walls. So I'm like, all right, it's not really worth. I also don't have unlimited amounts of ammo, so I need to just kind of chill. Now watch back to the other fight. So again, as soon as I'm not focusing one fight, I'm looking at the other fight. The only reason I can do that is by paying attention. But now that that player's in a bush, this all of a sudden becomes significantly riskier. And therefore, I'm boxing up. From this point on, I'm only going to window peek or check through the cone edit. I'm not going to do what I was doing before. Because before they were in a fight, they're distracted, they're not focusing me. In that moment, as soon as you went in the bush, I'm like, nah. 44. I'm landing a lot of these first shots, which is nice. So we've picked up our 5th elim. And now this is probably one of the most important parts of the match, because every decision now determines whether you get top 5 or whether you win. And in the end, we ended up winning it. But to understand how we got there is very, very important. First off, I realized I was no longer in zone. So let's get in zone. I tried to see if I could build on that boulder. You can't. So I'm like, all right, here we'll do. I'm going to be using hard mats from this point on. Now I'm in a 1x1. I don't really like that. So I'm just going to go out one more. And then there's a player right there. And that player did what I did and not expect him to do. I was about to edit to go for a play, and that player heavy snipes the wall and then just walks in with the SMG. And I'm like, nah. The amount of times people have died from just SMG spray is ridiculous. So I'm gonna just back up just a few seconds so you can just see that moment. And I'll show you the way that I counter it. So here again, I'm going out into a 2x2 or a 2x1, sorry. And he heavy snipes it. And now I'm just like, no. So I'm going up a layer. And then I actually hit that little air vent thing, meaning I flew. And I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with it. Let me just get away and heal. I can hear that he's now flying. He's literally behind this other wall now. But there are bushes and stuff. This is where I don't want to open and just do a kind of a careless peek, I guess, because he's probably just pre-aiming me. So I'm like, I'm just going to chill and wait. Again, every 5 seconds that I can wait, or whatever it is that this thing needs to recharge, I can pop another one. Here, right hand. All right, hit a little 43. And with that edit, with the cone edit in the box, I'm a much smaller target and I can right hand peek it, meaning I have the advantage again. He's heavy sniped it. So do you see, I learnt from the last fight with this guy. He heavy sniped the wall and then he pushed last time, right? So So this time, as soon as he heavy snipes it, did you see what I did? I didn't just go for a pump shot. He heavy sniped the wall, and all I did was take a step back into that corner and pre-aim, because I expected his playstyle to not have changed. So here, he'll heavy snipe it, and you'll see me just back up to the left and pre-aim. See, I've got the pump out at the ready. Here, I'm like, all right, he's not paying nearly enough attention. 110. I've got him so weak. He does a really good job of just getting up and away. Here, I know I'm tanking Storm a little bit, but I'm okay with it. And at this point, I'm gonna be real with you, I had no idea where he went. Like, I can see it on the mini map now. He actually hit the current and just flew all the way to zone. I didn't know that. I thought he was still potentially to my left. That's why I landed in this bush. But even though I think he's to my left, if I just tunnel vision and focus that, I'm gonna die to someone else. So as soon as I got in the bush, I look left, I see that he's not there, or at least not peeking, and so then I start looking forward and to the right. Again, constantly trying to just get tags on people, just trying to take someone out. You know what I mean? If I can take one player out, that's one less player in endgame that I have to deal with later. That's my logic. That's my logic. If I can get as many limbs as I can here, it's gonna be better for me. Now, one thing that's actually interesting, there are 4 players left alive, so myself and 3, and I get 3 more limbs. So I didn't realize this, but every single player left in the game, I'm about to take out. It didn't feel like it at the time, but you'll see exactly how I do it. You'd think I have a disadvantage, right? They're all pretty much at zone or in zone already. I'm the one player that's not. But I'm wrapping around. I decided to look to the right here to just see who I can find. And then as I get here, I see that player on the right. So I'm like, all right, there's target number 1, little right-hand peek. Apparently hit the boulder, so I couldn't shoot there. Never mind, I see a player on my left now as well, and I go, you know what? This dude's boxed up in wood on the lower level. I'm just gonna get in zone, build out of hard mats. And all right, he's challenging me. So this is why a 2x1 is so important. That is why. Because when he was shooting at the left box, I was able to just walk into the right box. I wasn't just sitting in one predictable spot. I could just move freely between the two. Here, I'm just trying to keep him down / get a tag if I can. Now, all 3 players are here now, and I don't know that. All I know is that I'm on low ground. I don't really want that. I'm like, let me see if I can try and take height. He chops me down, which was actually a smart play on his part that he was watching. But I've got enough mats at this point that I'm like, I'm just going for it. If I can play height, I can win this game. And we absolutely do. So at this point, I've got height. I've been intentional to only use wood. Now, I do still have brick and metal, but I'm only using wood. That way, if push comes to shove, right at endgame, I've got my metal to spare and I've got my brick to spare. I don't have too much of it, but I've got enough. Now here, I'm just right-hand peeking this. I'm not looking from the left. I'm looking to the right. Just trying to see. I know I'm not that high up, so going out in 1 wood is fine. Okay, he was holding the wall. If he wasn't holding that wall, I might have been able to get a cheeky beam there, but he was. Here, I'm just doing some preemptive fire just to let him know, hey, I'm up here, don't challenge for height. So I thought he was going to. He goes for a cheeky shot. Well played on his part. But again, Chug Cannon coming in clutch. And there, once again, I knew he was going to go for the cheeky shot. Again, you got to learn people's play style. And as soon as I saw he goes for jump shots, I'm like, he's probably going to do it again. This time I pre-aimed him with my SMG. He got beamed. He literally, I'll tell you right now, he does not attempt that maneuver again. Once he realized that I'm now expecting it, he's like, all right, I'm done. Now I'm just watching and waiting. Zone is about to close. Again, I'm not wasting any mats other than wood, which I'm happy to waste. I'm just looking for angles. I'm not just chilling out. I'm not just done. I am literally trying to look for a beam on someone, anyone, just looking for any angle I can. If I can third party without actually dropping down, we could win this game. But if I drop down, I give up my advantage. And hello there. Boom. K, love you. Bye. John. John is out of here. I see the next player. Done. See ya, bye. Oh, his name is literally bye. Bye, Hutto. See ya, Hutto. He's gone. Now I know it's a 1v1. And there's only 1 player left. And I've got a footstep indicator telling me they're in that direction, which is the reason why I'm hard exposed. And then, oh, hello. This one should now be free. He's building out of metal, but I've got height. I've got full health. I've got positioning. and it's done. Tate K, love you, bye. And that is the Vic Roy. But the thing that I want to show you guys about that real quick is to back up to the one decision that won me the game. One literal decision that won me the entire game came through right here. Right here. This was the decision. I got beamed from that player. All right. I knew that there were other players here, but now I'm boxed up in low ground and someone else is on height. That's a problem because that someone on height could take me out. So this moment where I decided, you know what? I am going for high ground. He was ready for it. He chops me out. Once again, I just reset and I go up again. I let them fight it out and I go for height. Once I held height, I never lost height again, and I took out all 3 out of 3 players that were remaining. That one decision to get up on high ground right there and literally risk it for the height was the one that paid off. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Just a little bit into my mind as how I go through these things. I'm far from a pro player or anything like that, but if you are a beginner, someone just getting into Fortnite, or even someone that, you know, maybe you've been playing for a while but you just make some little mistakes, can I remind you, we all make little mistakes. I made them in there, but every now and then you can recover and make it happen. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll try and do another video like this because this one was a lot of fun to do and just break down for you. But God bless you guys. I'll be back in Sydney soon enough, and I can't wait to see you again on twitch.tv/PastorSKAR. PastorSKAR. There you go. I can speak good English. Totally. God bless you. God loves you. And so do I. And as always, my friends, okay, I love you. Bye. See you, fam.